Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the earth signs Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn and their twin flame connection. Earth signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you are doing well. If you are unsure of whether or not you are in a twin flame dynamic or you just like to learn more about the journey, I have included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's video on the twin flame journey and the twin flame connection in the description box below this video. I do not know her personally. She's a modern philosopher and she's wonderful, and she just made this really brilliant video that I could never outdo, so I don't even try. And but I like to reference her because it really resonates for me. So I hope that it's helpful to you. If you're here as a if you're here as a cross watcher, welcome. If you're here to just receive a channeled message, I welcome you as well. In a nutshell, the twin flame journey is about two people who share one energetic soul. So one soul in two bodies. There's always a runner and a chaser dynamic and a separation period between the twins, where in that time they are tasked by the divine to spiritually ascend, to go through their dark night of the soul, to uncover their spiritual gifts, and to use those gifts to raise the vibration of humanity. Twins are not always meant to be together in this lifetime, should they choose not to be. And you can choose not to take the journey. You can never separate from your twin energetically because they are you and you are them. But you can choose to be with a soulmate if that is your desire, because the twin flame journey is very difficult. Very, very difficult. I'm actually going to... One of my candles went out. It didn't go out during this reading, it went out before, but I'm going to light that candle. I always have two candles when I read tarot, if I can help it, especially if I'm at home, to honor my twin flame connection. So I'm just burning some Palo Santo to clear the energy for your reading. I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The Rose Oracle for the overall energy, the Citadel Oracle for the base spread, and the Light Seers Tarot to clarify the reading. Angel, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Thank you, Spirit. That was fast. Held. Sureness of the soul, of the soil. Sureness of the soil. Unseen help, support, and community. The fact that this card is even referencing soil is kind of wonderful for the earth elements. Held. Wow, that card just seems to glow, doesn't it? It almost seems three-dimensional when I held it up like that. Isn't that beautiful? That the earth is the one holding you. Sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. It's almost like when you connect back with the soil, with grounding, with the earth, you feel this sense of oneness with it and everything around you, and understanding that when your twin does the same, you are then connected with your twin. I see the network of trees right now. Spirit is showing me the trees, connecting with the trees and their energy as a way of connecting back to your own self, and to your twin. It's also this idea, though, that you're being cradled by your higher selves. Because it's not just your higher self, it's your twin's higher self. It's, yes, you're of one soul, but you have your own higher selves that influence who you are in this life. It's really, really beautiful. I'm going to get 4 cards for the base spread. The first card will be your energy. The second, your twins. The third will be the connection. And the fourth will be advice from Spirit. This is beautiful. Okay. 4 cards down for the base spread. Now I'm going to get the 4 clarifiers. Thank you, Spirit. And all 4 cards. Wow. All 4 cards came out. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so let me show you. Now, remember, you can feel free to interchange your energy with your twins, as twin flames often mirror one another energetically. You got the walker, the unknown, a journey. The walker, we can see here the landscape in the background, walking towards the sun. Lots of birds in this. You could be connecting with bird energy, bird spirits. The walker, and you know, this expression here, sureness of the soil, it's a beautiful synchronicity. And you know what else is a beautiful synchronicity? The 8 of Cups. Specifically a card of walking. In the upright, it's a card of walking away. And in the reverse, it's a walking back for me. Very beautiful synchronicities happening right now. I'm just trying to take it all in. You're setting out on a new kind of journey, but I think it's a journey inward. Maybe that's new for you. Maybe, you know, especially as an earth element, you kind of fixated on the material world, the 3D world, the external forces that influence your life. And you could at this time be taking moments of contemplation. You could physically be walking a lot, right? Clearing your head. That's what a good walk always does. It's a meditative process. But I feel as though it's like we're returning back to the self, walking back towards the self. So what is it, earth signs, that you have been finding in this journey? You know, the journey inward can be a journey into the unknown, because things that reveal themselves when we go through that dark night of the soul, our hermit phase, our hermit era, where we're kind of retreating away. There are all sorts of things that can be brought up from the past, from our past traumas, from our inner child experiences and woundings. But I see a lot of optimism. That sun, it's like this gold foil sun, it's glowing. I just see there's a lot of lushness and optimism in that walk towards the self, the walk back towards the self. Can I get a clarifier for the walker and the 8 of Cups in reverse? Eight of Swords in the upright. That's double 8. So you could be seeing 8-8. Take it as it resonates. If you see 8-8, it's your spirit guides kind of nudging you and saying you're on the right, you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path. But the Eight of Swords can talk about analysis paralysis. So a lot of worry. Am I doing the right thing? I feel trapped and bound by my own thoughts, my own worries and hesitation. Right? So you could be, in that journey back towards the self, right? It's kind of, here we are, mirroring energy, right? Looking at your twin, looking at this connection, perhaps feeling trapped and bound by it, but also understanding that they are you and you are them, right? That it's weird how it works, but when your twin is going through something and then you go through something and vice versa. I remember once, like I had broken up with my twin for a few years, and I had started dating somebody new and then broke up with that person, and I hadn't talked to my twin in months and months and months and months and months. He had no idea that I was dating somebody new. And the very week that I broke up with that next person, my twin texted me and said, "Hey, are you okay? I was wondering how you were doing." And I was like, this is a hell of a time for you to be texting me, because I just went through, an ending. And he said, "I'm sorry." And I said, "Yeah, me too. I really like that guy. Not as much as my twin, right? Never as much as my twin, but by that time, you're trying to move on, you're trying to explore new options, and because I didn't know he was my twin at the time, right? But somehow twins know. There's this unspoken, like, psychic connection. And I think back to that instance, and it's very strange. It's very strange how you're connected, right? So if this is, this analysis paralysis, maybe it's your energy, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's something you're picking up with your twin. Regardless, it's something that you both are still having to contend with, right? And how do you do that for your own sanity and self? It's this journey into an exploration of who you are, right? In a way, it's almost like, don't worry so much about your twin, because they have their own journey. They have their own path to travel. And so what I'm seeing here is how important it is that you travel your path. In your person's energy, they got the Sentinel, determination, certainty. The Sentinel. And here it says amor fati. I don't know what that means. I guess amor means love. Fati could mean faith, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. The Sentinel. The Sentinel is somebody who's like the lookout, the person that goes in first, it's the person who is just on guard, but is part of a bigger strategy. This is how I see this card. There is a rather large shield. So your person could be putting up quite a boundary. This could be your energy, just take it as it resonates, but somebody, one of you, putting up a rather strong boundary, and yet they're on the lookout. Perhaps for signs and synchronicity, signs of you. The words are determination and certainty. I feel like your person, I don't know, I feel like if you're watching this and you identify with this pile, I feel like you're the runner and this person is the chaser. So the thing about the twin flame journey is that eventually the energies flip as people start to ascend, and then the chaser becomes the runner and the runner becomes the chaser. But whoever this is that you're identifying with, I feel like this person is the chaser, and now they're putting up a little bit of a boundary. They still have their eye on you, though. Of course they do. The twins always have eyes on each other, even if it's just energetically. But I see this determination, like they're determined to succeed. Could be difficult though for them. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles is a single, independent, prosperous, abundant energy, and they got it in the reverse. So there could be a little bit of struggle with your person at this time. They could be having some financial difficulty, or just moving through a phase of having to depend on others when they don't necessarily want to depend on others. I'm going to get a clarifier for that. Can I get a clarifier for the Nine of Pentacles in reverse for their person, their twin? For the Earth signs, thank you. Four of Pentacles, yeah. They're holding on tightly to their finances or their possessions, their material world concerns. They're like really, like they don't have, unfortunately, they don't have a lot to spare at the moment. That's okay. They're okay. But they're focused, they're like really focused on their pentacles and their stability. It's kind of like, maybe that's why they need to kind of erect this wall, because they need something to support them. They might not be as sure of their footing of the soil as you are, right? It's interesting. I'm going to just show you something right now. I just noticed, I just want to show you. There's a card flipped over in the deck that I did not notice before. And I'm going to show it to you right now. Codes of the seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. The code is within you. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step, right? So Spirit wanted this like literally popped out. It was like sneaking out underneath the deck for a reason. That, you know, and it's coming for the reading I'm doing for your person. So maybe your person is trying to kind of come out of their shell. And, you know, I see there's bravery on your part. This is what I perceive. There's bravery on your part, and there's a little bit of defensiveness on your person's part. And it's almost like this is the message that Spirit is giving to them right now. That this is all about them finding their path, and it's important for them to take a bold step forward. Like leave the nest. For the connection, it's the painter, productivity, and creation. This is a beautiful card. This is absolutely beautiful, right? Painting blooms and flowers and beautiful things. That the connection is, you know, as Spirit just said, it's right where it needs to be. We're right on schedule. That's what Spirit just said. We're right on schedule. Very good. But we're at the precipice of something, because both of you are, there's a little bit of hesitation. Even though you're the braver one, I do see some hesitation because of this card, because of the analysis paralysis. Page of Pentacles is curiosity. It's a youthful energy. It's brand new. It's looking at a door opening, and it's just like peeking in. Is it safe to come in? Can we come in? For your connection. And this card is in reverse, so it's kind of like saying, you know, we're the union. Oh wow, I just said the union. The union of your energies is really hinging on the both of you being brave for yourselves. And when I talk about creation or creativity in any of my readings, I don't just talk about like painterly creativity or artistic creativity. Creativity also applies to problem solving for me. So finding answers that are off the beaten path or outside of the box thinking, right? But in order to be outside of the box, you have to be brave enough to take a step outside the box, like literally, or outside the circle. Right? The circle of protection. And I have one card to clarify the Painter and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Thank you, Spirit. Three of Cups in the reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. So, waiting for more information, right? It's almost like Three of Cups in the reverse is like, we're not celebrating just yet. Like there's still a lot of legwork to be done. There's still a lot of walking. There's still a path to be walked, and we're still waiting for some more opportunities to come in. Knight of Pentacles brings in messages of hope and opportunity. So it's like the two of you, you and your twin, are not entirely convinced that it's safe to, I just heard it's safe to love. But what I was going to say, Spirit just said, not entirely convinced that it's safe to love. But I wanted to say, not entirely convinced that it's safe to move forward with or without your twin. Most likely without. Not abandoning your twin, not saying you're giving up on your twin, but just moving ahead. Not waiting for them. And them not waiting for you. But again, that doesn't mean your energies are separated. It's quite the opposite. It's like you're home base with your twin, but you're going off in different directions so you can like find yourselves. And that's hard. I know, like, some people want, I mean, I get it. I really, really do. Like, some people they just want to be with their twin because the energy and the love, and it's just overwhelming. But unfortunately, that's the lesson. Can you find contentment and love for the self first and foremost? And they have to do it too. So even if you are just like, you know, I'm pretty cool with myself. I've done a lot and I feel really proud of who I am and I love myself. That's great. Continue. But your person might not be ready. And if your person isn't ready, do you really want them when they're not ready? Wouldn't you rather have your twin come in as your equal rather than somebody you have to parent or reparent? Yikes, no. Right? Your person should be able to stand on their own 2 feet, emotionally and spiritually. Okay, so advice from Spirit, really beautiful. The catalyst, radical changes and taking control. Radical changes and taking control. This looks like a big piece of like black obsidian or tourmaline, black tourmaline, which is all about protection. But what I see here in the gold foil, can you see that, are bees. They're bees. And obviously my name is Honey. Anytime I see bees, I get really psyched because it's talking about vibration. It's talking about sweet reward and nectar. It's talking about healing, right? Radical changes and taking control. I almost see here these two, like they're 2 pieces of paper with writing on them. It's almost like I see the blueprint, right? The blueprint is within you. I see these. It's just really weird. Because something in my room just fell and I can't really identify what it is. I have no idea what it is. It sounded like a bag. I don't know what that was, but I don't want to get up right now. Okay, we're just gonna keep moving. It was just a bag of something over there, but it caught me off guard. Let me just Let me just ring the singing bowl just in case. Right. The card I'm holding up is black tourmaline or black obsidian. What does that crystal do? It's protection, spiritual protection. So maybe Spirit was just trying to be funny with me and talk about that aspect of it too. That there's a sense here that the blueprint of both of your lives is being very heavily protected by Spirit at this time, which is good. That's a good thing. But there's a lot happening in the mix, right? There's a lot of, you know, steps being taken to kind of get outside of our comfort zones, right? It's only until we challenge ourselves that we can begin to spiritually ascend, because we're pushing the limits of who we are further and further and further, right? And what is clarifying it? The best card in the deck. So far, I've done the air, water, and now the earth. You're the only one that got the sun. It's the best card in the tarot, Major Arcana number 19, and it talks about abundance, clarity, life-giving energy. I mean, look at how open the body language is, just like Spirit, just like, I'm here, I'm ready to embrace my greatness, my divinity, to connect with you, to connect with my twin, to really revel in life, to be grateful, right? It's such, like, look at it, it's just such a, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's so beautiful. And it's like Spirit is protecting that. Can I have a clarifier, please, for the catalyst and the sun? Knight of Wands in the reverse. So it's interesting because the knights, you know, they always bring messages, and this knight is one that brings a message of passion and like inertia. They have a lot of it's like very sensory. But I always talk about this. This is the kind of Rolodex that I have with Spirit. Whenever I see the Knight of Wands in any deck, I always think of it as the most unreliable knight, like a flash in the pan, here today, gone tomorrow. But this card is in reverse, telling me this is not a flash in the pan. This is not something that is to be dismissed. It's sustained life force energy, and the both of you are trying to tap into it directly. It's really beautiful. But there's work to be done. There's work being done. And the thing for you to focus on, if you identified with this pile, is to take bold steps forward, but inward. That is your reading, twins. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.